Hey, Shalom, Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachak with us. The amongst the apostles, Elegant Milson, Velek Tishur and 30, Bala Chayaba. And man, I'm going to get straight right into it. So, it's going to be a quick listen, man, of an article I checked out on the news, on a news break. It says, rape as a weapon, huge scale of sexual violence inflicted in Ukraine emerges. So let's get into a little bit of this. It says women across Ukraine are grappling with the threat of rape as a weapon of war, as growing evidence of sexual violence emerges from areas retaken from threatening Russian forces. Yeah. Basically, in short, these women in Ukraine, because we all know about the war that's going on in Ukraine, Russia invading, basically the whole structure is falling in Ukraine. Russia's overtaken them, So what these women are now becoming scared that, these Russian invaders, these Russian troops, are going to take them, ravish them, which is already happening. So it says, the world was horrified on Sunday by a picture taken by the photographer Mikhail Palinkak, if I said that wrong, but on a highway 20 kilometers outside the capital. And I forgot to say this. So okay, yeah, it's Kyiv. That's how you say it, Kyiv. Yeah, so 20 kilometers outside the capital, Kyiv, in which bodies of one man and three women were piled under a blanket. The women were naked and their bodies had been partially burned, the photographer said. Yup. Just like the mire in the streets, man, these women were left. So it says the harrowing image adds to a mounting body of evidence that summary executions, rape, and torture have been used against civilians in areas under Russian control since the Kremlin launched the invasion of its neighbor on the 24th of February. And then let's read this real quick. It says particularly difficult for many to comprehend is the scale of the sexual violence. As Russian troops have withdrawn from towns and suburbs around the capital in order to refocus the war on Ukraine's east, women and girls have come forward to tell the police, media, and human rights organizations of atrocities they have suffered at the hands of the Russian soldiers, gang rapes, assaults taking place at gunpoint, and rapes committed in front of women are among the grim testimonies collected by investigators. Yeah, man. So this is what's happening right now, and it's funny because a lot of these same Ukrainian women were the same ones who I bet you had some women there, calling themselves independent, saying that they don't need no man, but reading on, it says, we have had several calls to our emergency hotline from women and girls seeking assistance, but in most cases, it's been impossible to help them physically. We haven't been able to reach them because of the fighting, said Kater Katerina Cherepaka, the president of La Strada, Ukraine. Yeah. So yeah, these women, these women, men, and these girls, man, they were calling, seeking assistance, from the emergency hotline. But what? The authorities and the police, they couldn't get to them, because all the events that's already taken place, the war. So once, because a woman said that they don't need no man. So once because a woman, they trust to have 911. They trust to have the police by their side. They believe they don't need a man to defend them. They believe they have politics, whatever, by their side. When all that fails, 911, the police, who do you think a woman's gonna be seeking after, man? A man to protect them in these days. These days will come up because, hey, all this stuff that's going on, man, all these wars, all these perils, all these famines, pestilences, rape, man, violence, all this is going to come to Babylon, man. Let's go to Isaiah 13 and 11. It says, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. Yeah, man, Yahweh Shem Yashai, he's going to punish the world, man, for their evil. Mainly because all these other nations, man, these heathens, man, the iniquities they have committed against the children of Israel. Not only that, there's destroying the earth. There's doing a whole bunch of, committing a whole bunch of abominations, man. So how is the Lord not going to punish them for the evil? And also the 2/3, man, is a part of the wicked. I mean, yeah, the wicked and a part of the world as well. So the Lord is going to punish them for their evil. And it says, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Yeah. You see how a lot of these women out here, man, a lot of these women, they out here, arrogant and proud. Hey, man. One of the things that can end the pride of a woman, man, is mass, rape, man. That will once the war comes here, man, and all hell breaks loose here, there's violence kicking out in Babylon, which is America, if you don't already know. Once all hell breaks loose, man, shit starts to hit the fan. Women are going to be scared, man, because, all the rape that's going to go on, the violence, the murders, killings, death. Yeah, so that's one way, because, again, a lot of these women are here arrogant. That's one way the Lord's going to cause the proud, the arrogancy of the proud to cease. And it says, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. And then it says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than a golden wedge of Ophir. Yeah, and more importantly, the Lord's going to do that for his elect man. He's going to do that for his men, the ones who've been serving him, man. Those are going to be more precious than fine gold. And guess what? The woman, man, they're going to be seeking after that same man. Like it says in Isaiah 4:1, 7 women should take a hold of one man. Yeah, it says even a man in the golden wedge of Ophir. Yeah, and just by that, you already know Ophir has one of the finest, the finest gold, out there. that place. Showing you how precious a man's going to be in that day. More importantly, man of the Lord. So it says, verse 13, therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord Yahweh of hosts in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall come, and it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone into his own land. Yeah, man, especially because you're gonna see all these wars taking place, all this violence, man, occurring. A lot of these foreigners that are here in this land of America, like Elam, Ishmael, Elam, so-called Indians, Ishmael, so-called Arabians, Ham, so-called Africans, Moab, so-called Chinese, Ammon, so-called Japanese, all these people who are dwelling, in the rest of the heathen. All these heathen are dwelling, man, here. They're going to seek to go back into their own land because, they're going to see Russia, Russia and, all of Russia's allies coming up against Babylon, which is prophecy, that all the other nations are going to, come up against Babylon and destroy it. So, that's going to be one of the reasons why the heathen go back to their own country, because they know this place is going to be destroyed. So it says, Isaiah 13:15, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Then it says, verse 16, their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Yeah, man, showing you how ruthless times are going to get, People's own children, man, is going to die, man. That's how ruthless and cold times are going to get. And it says that their houses shall be spoiled. Yeah, like in 2nd Ezra's chapter 15 or 16. It says what? Man's basically paraphrased, man shall come up against man, invading one another, invading each other's households. And then it says what? Main point. It says their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. Yeah, man. So what's going on, man, right now in Ukraine is that, these Russian soldiers are taking out the husbands, they're killing them, taking the women, man, and, raping them. That's what's going on. So the same thing's going to happen here, man, in America. So going back to the article, it says, let's get to the point. It says rape and sexual assault are considered war crimes and a breach of international humanitarian law. Both Ukraine's prosecutor general and the International Criminal Court have said they will open investigations into reported sexual violence. But what currently seems like a far-off possibility of justice has done little to assuage Ukrainians' women's fears of what may yet happen in a war that's far from over. And it is already happening. And then it says, Antonina Medvedchuk, I don't even know, it's like if I said that wrong, but it says 31 years old, said that when she woke up to the sound of bombing on the day the war broke out, the first things she grabbed before leaving Kyiv were condoms and scissors to use as a weapon to protect herself. Hey, man, that ain't gonna do shit, man. These Russian soldiers, they're gonna have rifles. They're gonna have who knows, man. Knives. Tactical knives. All this armory. So what the hell is a condom? Some condoms and scissors gonna do. It's like, they grab their 5-year-old's safety scissors. Shoot, man, an unarmed man can easily, you know, apprehend, a woman with scissors. You know. So hey, showing you, man. Hey, for you women out here who are proud, think that you don't need no man, you're gonna need one. Condoms and scissors aren't gonna do shit, man. In this day coming up. So, mainly, man, I'm speaking to you Israelite women out there. The heathen women, they through, man. At the end of the day, but I'm speaking to you Israelite women out there, man. So-called, Negro women, so-called Native American women, so-called Latina women. I'm speaking to you. So it says Isaiah 32:9, rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Yeah, this is the Lord speaking unto Israelite women out there, man, who are at ease. You think everything's going to be okay. You're relaxing. You think nothing's going to come. You think nothing's going to burst or bubble. Hey, I can guarantee you these Ukrainian women thought the same thing, and as soon as that bomb went off, then they started to get scared. Then they want to get scared, man. Then they want to seek a man. For those, who probably didn't have one. So it says, verse 10, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Yeah, all this help, a woman easily gets, like, these government benefits, like child support. All these, all this help, a woman receives, man. Hey, it's not going to be there. Like the child support. How the system, basically all the stuff that the system, basically, man, the system isn't going to be there for you women, man. That's in short. Verse 11, it says, tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you, make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. Yeah, humble yourself. Know what times are about to come. Reading this, man, and seeing these events occur, man, this should put fear to you Israelite women, man, who, are still lollygagging, still acting the same way. Because you got a lot of Israelite women who, they call themselves Israelites, they call upon the names, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. They say that they're in the truth, but hey, they're completely wicked, man. They're still, at the end of the day, they're completely wicked. But you got few sisters out there, who they're doing what they're supposed to do. But hey, many women, man, who claim they're in the truth, they're really not. So reading again, it says, be troubled, you careless ones, strip you, make you bare, gird sackcloth upon your loins. Yeah. Humble yourself, man, and get right. Know what's ahead of you. Then it says, verse 12, they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Yeah, they're going to miss all the, benefits they had, all the help they received, from the government or, from whatever that, because, it's real easy for a woman to live, man, in Babylon. It's real easy for her to get money, for her to get, basically, man, for her to get anything, man. So they're going to be lamenting Well, once all hell breaks loose, man, they're gonna be lamenting, man, missing all the how easy they had it. So, let's read this. It says, this is the same girl, Antonina, whatever, the girl with the scissors. It says, every break between curfew and bombing, I was looking for emergency contraception instead of a first aid first aid kit, which so yeah, so this woman, she basically looking for things that can help her, against rape. That's the first thing she looked for, man, to defend herself against rape, man, once she heard that bomb go off. So it says, my mother tried to reassure me this is not a war like that. They don't exist anymore. They are from old movies. Yeah, man, dumbass woman, man. Women, they love to deceive themselves. A woman, man, they don't like truth. It says, I have been a feminist for 8 years. I cried in silence because all wars are like this. Yeah, and I bet you, 100% bet you right now, man, she's not a feminist anymore. Just seeking after a man, crying. Yeah, so let this be an example, man, to you Israelite women. Who aren't serious about this thing, who haven't repented yet. Let's go to Proverbs 1. Well, before we go to that, let's go to let's get to the point. Oh yeah, the point I want to get to was, how a lot of these women, they're gonna be calling for 911 or whatever. They're gonna be a lot of these Israelite women, man. They're gonna be calling for Yahweh Bashim Yahshua in the day of their calamity. This is what's gonna go on. Let's go to Proverbs 1:24. It says, because I have called and ye refuse, yeah, the Lord called unto you for you to repent. Who does the Lord use to call unto you? He uses his prophets. Those Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, he uses them, for you to know this truth in this word. The Lord's not going to come down from his throne, to come to you one-on-one, to speak to you. Nah, man. The Lord doesn't deal like that. Plus, if you did see the Lord's face, man, you would die. I think that's in Exodus, how when the Lord was speaking out to Moses, basically he hid his face from Moses, because if he showed his face on Moses, man, he said that the Lord said that he was hiding his face from Moses, man, or else he would die. So it says, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. Yeah, and this goes for, all the two-thirds, not even only just a woman, all the all Israelites, man, including the men, we get on the men first, man. We get on the men first, then we get on the women as well. So it says, verse 25, but you have set now my counsel when none of my reproof. Yeah, you laughed, you laughed, you didn't take the truth seriously. You mocked the Lord's men. You scorn at the Lord's men. You just didn't take nothing seriously. So it says, well, what's going to happen? Proverbs 1:26. I will also laugh for your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. Yeah, so when your calamity comes, man, on you, once, your perils come upon you and all your fears come upon you, the Lord's going to laugh at you, man. He's going to mock you. So 27, verse 27, when your fear cometh as desolation and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you. Then they shall call upon me, but I will not answer. Then they shall seek me early, but it shall not find me. Yeah, so then once you're, these 2/3 out here, man, once all hell breaks loose, once they start to catch hell, that's when they're going to be calling upon Yahweh Shem Yashai, but he's not going to answer. So same thing for a lot of these women, man. They're going to be ravished, calling upon, for a lot of these women who weren't serious. They're going to be calling upon Yahweh Shem Yashai on that day, for those who, knew about this truth. And the Lord's going to ignore you. He's going to laugh at you. He's going to mock you. So to end it off, this Micah 7:10, it says, then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord Yahweh thy power? Yeah, when us being in the truth, there's a lot of times where a woman could have done you dirty, and let's say she could have believed, so-called believed on this thing, and then she completely went against you, kind of like Job, man. When that woman, Job's wife, said, curse the Most High and die. It says, mine eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down as a mire in the streets. Yeah, man. So like the mire in the streets, which if you know what mire means, basically another word for dirt. So, hey, man, a lot of these women, man, these wicked women out here, man, they're going to be like the dirt, man, on the streets. We just read here how it says right here on a highway in Kyiv in Ukraine, it says bodies of 1 man and 3 women were piled under a blanket. Yeah, just like the mire of the streets. Yeah, man, so we're all quick want to get into that, hey, we're coming to perilous times, man. We're coming to terrible times. For you Israelites out there, man, who haven't repented, you men and you women, especially you women, man. This is why I bring out this article to show you, man, hey, rape is going to be a big thing in this time of war. So, hey, so just real quick, want to bring that out, man. Lord willing, brothers out there edified. A few sisters out there, Yahweh Shem Yashai, Barakathum, Shalom.